everybody, so 5.3 part 2. The beginning part of the outbreak of COVID-19 in Ohio could be modeled using the following exponential model. So f of x equals 17.7 times 1.18 to the x power, where x represents the number of days since February 29th and c of x represents the number of cases of the coronavirus in Ohio. What is the initial infected population of this model? So the initial infected population is just 17.7. So 17.7 is just that first number that's sitting out in front. What is the growth rate based off of this model? Well, the growth rate is 18% growth. So remember, it's just like before. It's 1 plus r equals 1.18. So 0.18 would be r. Estimate the number of patients infected with COVID-19 on day 10, day 30, and day 35. Okay, so right below, I went ahead and told you what the actual answers would be, but this is just an interesting way to be able to see, like, okay, does this actually represent what it should be representing? So let's go ahead and try this for 10. So we have 17.7 times 1.18 to the 10th. So that would be 93. Okay, 93 and 92. Those are pretty close together. Now let's try this again. So 17.7 times 1.18 to the 30th. That gives me 2537. So 2129. That's not super close, but it's still it's around the same range. And then the last one, 17.7 times 1.18 to the 35th. So that tells me that by the 35th day, we should have had 5,805. We really only had 2,547, at least that it were reported. Why do you think that this would be true? Like, why is this what we're having? Well, because we're not going to school. We're doing social distancing. So we are flattening that curve. I'm sure everyone has heard about this. Like, okay, like there's a curve, we need to flatten it. We are flattening it based off of these numbers. Okay, so very last problem. Okay, so you put $3,800 in a savings account. The bank will provide 1.8% interest on the money in the account every year. Write an expression that describes how much money will be in the account in 15 years. Okay, so very first one, what is the initial amount of money in the account? Well, it went ahead and told us it's $3,800 or $3,800. Is this exponential growth or decay? So interest, what do you think that means? Interest is extra money that gets put on. So this is growth. It has to be. Okay, what is the equation we can use to solve this problem? Well, we first put our initial amount, so 3,800 times 1 plus 0.018, because 1.8% is 0.018, so 1.018 to the t, where t is every year. So how much money are we going to have after 15 years? So we have 3,800 times 1.018 to the 15th power. So let's go ahead and try this out. It looks like we should have 4965.93-ish. So you should get up to 4,965.93 cents. Okay, so if you have any questions on anything that we have done so far, feel free to email me or come to my Google Meetups every day from 12 to 1. Have a good rest of your day, guys. Also, don't forget to do your Delta math. Get that done too.